Who am I? I'm the greatest. Who am I? I'm getting paid. Who am I? I'm so flagrant. Who am I?
All right, Curtis, you ready?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to jump straight into it. Welcome, Curtis Harper, to the show, weighing in with Travis Hartman. I appreciate you coming on the show, man. I obviously have to thank Craig Duncan for meeting us together, I guess you could say. But you have a story about that, too. We'll talk about that later.
Oh, yeah.
But also, again, welcome to the show, brother.
Thank you for having me, Mr. Hartman.
I'm going to go right into it, dude, because I told you off air that I wanted to talk about it. So there was a fight with you, and let me get the exact date here. Maybe if I have it. Okay, 2018, August of 2018. You know what I'm going to talk about.
I do.
F.A. Ajagbe.
What day was
This
that
fight,
exactly?
it was August 24th, 2018.
Okay.
And I watched this fight on TV like the rest of the people did. I'm a boxing guy. I watch boxing. I watch all boxing matches. It doesn't matter. Main event, co-main events, lead-up fights. I watch them all. I watched that one. I was tuned into that one. So that video went viral, as you know. And what I saw from the outside in was I saw a guy go out there. They got the instructions. Boom, boom, boom. Hello. Let's go. Everybody good. Go back to the corner.
Yeah.
The bell rang. You stepped out of the ring. Can you inform the weighing in with Travis Hartman public of why you stepped out of the ring?
Can I first and foremost let everyone know I was not a pussy?
We know that.
I saw it all
go
over
your
the-
record. We'll go over your record. We know you're not.
I just want thank you again, Travis, for letting me come in here. Again, I was not a pussy, ASSNIGGA, as some of the people in the world may think or thought of me in relation to that fight. It was all contractual, and
I never thought you were that, but I did have some questions. I'm like, that's not good. That's not good business. So go ahead. Sorry.
no, it was all contractual, and it was never a signed contract from me or nor him to have the fight. I got air flights to go fight. I knew the guy. And again, it was not anything of I was afraid of him or he was like, no. Contractual. I mean, for one, I never even seen the PBC contract to fight on a live TV, to fight on TV.
Okay.
So, and I'm a happy fighter. I'm one of the most gentle, happiest guys you'll meet in the world. But you put me in a ring, once that bell on,
It's on.
I'm destined to hurt, kill, or destroy anything in front of me. And that day was just not right.
Yeah.
It was not right. I mean,
you fought killers.
Kids.
You fought killers before. You fought Zheli Zhang. You fought former you fought Chris Ariola,
yeah.
Zheli Zhang. You fought some tough dudes. Richard Torres Jr., who's coming up now. You
Sparring
fought
partner
some.
for Deontay 3.5 years that I didn't even fight for a year and a half because they wanted to keep me in camp to spar with him. But I'm going to keep that
So
down.
I'm always saying that because clearly you weren't afraid to fight F.A. Ajagbe.
No.
Okay, and then that's what I want to make sure everybody knows that because you're right. You're 100% correct on that. So you're talking about a contractual dispute. A lot of people like myself as well, at the time, not knowing the information that I know now, I was just like, well, why didn't he handle that before he got in the ring? Did you try to make sure, like, hey, guys, what's going on with this contract? Who's paying me? How am I getting paid? Why does this contract say this and why does it say this over here and you're saying this?
I didn't even receive the return for the medicals in which I paid for to fight. Again, I spent doctor, piss, blood tests, all that.
Yep.
I wasn't even paid that in return for the fight. So contractual, they never even took care of me for that.
Yeah.
Here it is, fighting
Which is
on
crazy.
a
Most people don't
multi-million-dollar
realize that.
TV air, PBC. It was just a horrible transaction. And I'm a fighter. I fight any and everybody without a contract.
Yep.
But at some point, you got to stand up for what you believe in. And I believe in hell.
Yeah, you've had over 30 pro fights.
As
obviously.
a professional fighter, I wanted to get paid.
Yeah.
I
We're prize fighters. That's what we do, right? Like,
Yeah.
we're prize fighters. We fight for money, which is not a bad. That's what we fight for. We fight for money. We're not doing it for free.
And Mr. Hartman, you wouldn't be doing this if you weren't getting paid.
100%. 100%.
And any and everyone in the world you have a contract with that you speak with, that you talk to,
Yep.
not just to be aired, but to be seen. And to
I would
do what
never
you do.
fight as a pro for free. I fought as an amateur for free many times. But as a pro, you're correct. I would never step into the boxing ring as a professional boxer for free. I just wouldn't. I do love the sport, But as a heavyweight, you're. I'm not even speaking from. I'm a welterweight. You're speaking from a heavyweight.
Yes.
I'm not stepping in the ring for free. You're getting punched hard and by big guys.
And again, people don't. Free is just not financial either. Free
Yeah.
is
It's your time. It's your
time,
everything. Time away
medically,
from
family. Like, what's next? You know, contractually is what I fight for.
Yep.
I fight for a purse, but contractually, it wasn't accepted on my end to get into the ring and look across that ring, not only to see the promoter, the cameraman, and everyone standing against me, knowing that the referee's going to try to stop the fight within the first 20 to 30 seconds because contractually, there's nothing there. So they can do whatever they want. They can pocket and pay whom they choose. So I'm going to get over. I'm a little emotional about it because it's still, to this day, one of the things I'm known about that I don't want to be known about because I fought people fucking 10 times better. Mm-hmm. But in relation to fame, there's no fortune behind that. Just infamous and shame on not just me and family.
Yeah.
So
going into that, at what point did you decide that in your head? At what point? Was it when you're getting your hands wrapped? Was it when they put the gloves on you? Was it when you stepped into that ring? You were like, I'm about to walk out of this mother effer under protest. What point did you, was it the night before? Was it the day of? At what point were you just like, hey, this isn't cool. I know that I trained everything to get here, but what point did you make that decision?
looking across the ring, watching but people on the commission, the judges, the referee, everyone standing up as if the fight wasn't going to last long.
You just got that vibe from them.
I
You
got
looked
the
over
fight.
at them.
I even looked at the referee, was like, oh, everybody's not allowing this fight to happen. And again, I was a swing bout. So swing bouts are never supposed to last long. I'm not stupid.
Yep.
They want swing bouts to last, 15, 20 seconds?
I've been part of swing belts for sure, too. I know what you're talking about.
So you want me to be a swing back and not get paid? Not have a contract contractually correct in any way, shape, or form? Now, again, I was arguing that back in the dressing room, not just with my trainer, but with one of the promoters looking for the matchmaker of the fight. Who's the matchmaker of records? Not in front of me. I haven't spoken to him. Couldn't get a hold of him the day of the fight or the weigh-in. Like, what is going on? Can I get the contract on which I know I was supposed to receive and to sign?
Okay.
Yeah.
So going into that fight, you were in the locker room and you were just like, were you worried that you were going to get paid or not get paid?
I know I didn't get paid. They didn't pay for my medicals. But I'm a fighter, and I would get in the ring and fight anyone. Again, it was when I was standing in the ring, the bell hadn't ring, I looked across, and like, not today. I live to fight another day.
And that so you're saying
in
that
the ring.
You actually made that decision in that ring.
In the ring.
Literally right before that bell rang.
Looking at F. Joppa, turning my head, you'll see it. And looking on the other side of him, seeing the judge, the referee, the promoter.
We got to
all
play this
standing,
video.
All standing next to each other like, yeah.
Nah.
No.
You were like, nah.
Nah.
You're like, I don't trust this. I don't trust that I'm going to get compensated for exactly what I should be compensated for. And I don't think I'm going to get a fair shake. Is that kind of where you're at too? You're like, not only get paid, but were you worried about getting a fair shake, which means like the referee's going to stop it early? Or what are you thinking?
Travis, answer the question for me. You've boxed, amateur and promo. What is a fair shake in boxing? Is there such thing?
Well, a fair shake in pro boxing is different than a fair shake in amateur boxing. Actually, they're about two in the same, but they're different because money's involved. Yeah, you're right. So like I've been a part of, every fight that I'm from small town Missouri. I fought at Madison Square Garden. I fought Keith Thurman. I fought Chavez Jr., Jorge Paez Jr. on HBO pay-per-view. I fought Terrence Crawford. I fought all these big name guys. So yeah, going into those fights, I didn't think I was going to get a fair shake probably, but also I was also 100% prepared because they knew what they were doing. I took those fights on short notice. They knew like, hey, let's call this guy up. He's tough. He's talented, but let's only give him 5 days training. And that's what I personally went through. But as of a fair shake, I can't speak to what you go through mainly because you're one tough dude and you fought a lot of guys to decisions and losses on points, which is Richard Torres Jr., some other guys you've went like full rounds with.
Yeah.
So like I can't speak from your take and I won't try to. That's why I love having you here today because I want to hear what you feel and what you think. And I think the world needs to hear that. Like I think everybody needs to hear what Curtis Harper feels and thinks because, dude, of all sports, you're in the real man's sport. Like, this is boxing. Like, you get punched in the face, man. Like, people don't understand how hard boxing is until they try it. Even just a workout. Not talking about, you're a professional heavyweight boxer. And you've been through a lot. And that's why, like, I want to chat with you today, because I think that you have a story to tell.
And the story is, it's just going to continue.
Yeah, and that's 100%. We're not done. This is a to be continued. I didn't mean it like it's over. But I wanted to hear your story because Craig Duncan, who I love and admire, this guy, former pro himself, current trainer, owner of a gym. But I talked to Craig one day. I was just like, Craig, man, and I don't even know how the conversation actually came up. And he was like, Trav, you know that I know Curtis. And I was like, what? I was like, what? And he started talking to me. I was just like, I want to hear your story, because from my point of view, I was like, nah, man, that's not good. Like, you can't do that. But I didn't know everything. And that's why I have you here right now, is to talk about that. But we're going to talk about more than just that, okay?
Yeah.
So let's wrap this part of it up. And so you made that decision literally in the ring.
In the ring, looking on the corner, taking my head literally. You know how you stare somebody face to face, and the referee's sitting there talking? I just did this.
You're like, that don't look right.
Not only look right, but do I really want to do this for people that have no interest in watching me do it again? None of them had interest in doing it again. It was like, oh, this guy's done. He's a wash. What?
So my next question is, though, this was in 2018,
yes.
August of 2018. I'm looking at your official box rec. You didn't fight again until 2021. Did you find it extremely difficult to sign with any promoter, to take any fights because of that? Because that went viral. You know that. That went viral. Everybody who was anybody, and not even anybody was anybody, found out about that. Did you find that after you did that, did you really contemplate on continue fighting? What was your mental state after that?
After that, the regret was I didn't throw a punch. And honestly, I can't say the word honestly, but I felt like I needed to continue fighting. And I wanted to do it again and again and again. And I looked for it, but people don't. It was up to the Minneapolis, Minnesota commission that held it. Didn't hold me from fighting. They just held that it was under investigation. And I wasn't allowed to fight again until the investigation was up. And that investigation happened for almost a year. Then COVID happened, and so boxing wasn't happening, and then things just fell apart. And then when boxing came back, nobody was interested in, hey, I don't want the guy that walked out the ring on my fight card. I don't want that. I don't want him. So
let me go back just a little bit, though. So you did that. You didn't fight. The bell rang. You walked out of the ring.
Yes.
Go back to the locker room. Can you walk me through that? What is that like? Because I know I've boxed on those cards before. I've boxed on big cards before, and I know going back to the locker room, you interact with the matchmakers. Come back there eventually. You get paid. You go through all that. The commission comes back there. They have to sign off on certain stuff. The doctor usually comes back after fights. What was that like? What did you do? Like, you walked from the ring. You go to your locker room. What do you do now?
I asked for a contract. I kept asking. I asked for a contract.
Who'd you ask for? The commissioner? Or who'd you ask for this from?
The commissioner.
The commissioner came back. You're like, hey, where's my contract?
My trainer.
Yeah. And what was their answers? Did they have an answer?
What contract? What contract? What contract are you looking for? Because I'm like a signed contract, not just from F.A. Joppa, but from PBC.
Yeah, from the promoters.
And, it's boxing. PBC wasn't the promoter of records, but it was clearly
the platform.
They're the platform to where I don't have a contract to fight on PBC platform. So you want to offer me some pennies that I didn't receive from that fight. Again, I didn't get paid to walk on the ring, so a loss on my record seems ridiculous. And
it's listed as a loss by disqualification.
Yes.
And which is kind of crazy.
It's very crazy. And
I feel like we should challenge that and get that taken off.
Oh, and I have, and I want to. I haven't. I have talked to Chico about it. So Chico, let's make that happen. You said you can, and you will sooner or later. But if you look at my record continue, you see me fighting Brandy Moore, and there's a no contest on there. We went all 8 rounds.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And
what happened? What happened there?
Oh, he failed a drug test.
Oh, I was getting ready to
And so instead of giving him a loss, they made it a no contest fight, and I did 8 rounds for that.
Yeah.
For a no contest.
Yeah, in Dearborn, Michigan, right?
Oh yeah. Why is that not a loss on his record and a win on mine?
Should be, dude.
Look,
It should
if you
be.
go back and you look at that fight,
Should be, dude.
Go back and you look at that fight. I tell people I cut him. The referee stopped the fight and he begged the referee to continue to fight, and they let him continue to fight. How? When do they ever allow that to happen?
Yeah, because he was the favorite. That's why. You know the deal.
Exactly. The doctor said no more fighting. He begged the referee, to continue to fight, and it continued.
It's the boxing world, right? Like, isn't it crazy when you think about all this stuff? But you're like you're in the meat of it right now.
In the meat of it, and I'm allowed to continue boxing, which continues to make me happy. I've been doing this since I was 13, 14. So being in the ring is just happiness for me.
So that's the next question. Then is that so? Listen, after the Ajagbe, you put that behind you. You fight. I don't even want to try to pronounce this guy's name. You know what I'm talking about. Your first fight after Ajagbe was in 2021, September of 2021. Mikhail Bakhidze. I don't know who that is.
A Russian, yeah.
Yeah, and you went 6 rounds with a Russian. You know those guys are tough as nails,
oh my
right?
God, his forehead was so
They're
hard.
so tough.
His forehead, oh my God.
It's like hitting a cinder block.
I don't know how they direct the forehead to a fist, but they do it. I'm like, I throw a body shot and I feel like I hit his forehead. I'm like, how is that possible? How did he get down that low and I hit it?
Right? Those guys know different,
no.
right? So like your first fight back after Ajagbe is the Russian who you knew going in, you're like, this guy's probably going to be tough. Like nobody from Russia is a pro boxer that's not going to be tough.
No.
Right? Like you knew going into that, you're like, this guy's going to be pretty tough.
Yeah.
Did you find any financial issues going into that based on your last fight? Did they I'm going to guess that they probably, the promoters were like, hey, are you going to walk out like you did the last fight? Or how did you approach that going forward?
I approached that with the respect of knowing who the promoter was, a former fighter, and him saying, oh, Kurt, go on there, do what you got to do. Do what you. He had no worry about me walking on the ring because he saw the hunger. You can feel the hunger from you wanting to fight. You're sitting across from me. You know I want to fight, and I'm willing to fight any and everybody.
Listen, people that don't know your list, after Ajagbe, the list that you fought of like the last like 10 fights essentially
Are
after
all
Ajagbe
undefeated.
or insane. It's insane. So like, yes, I'm across from you. I can vouch for that. And also I know Craig who you fight for. But also you're on a 5-fight win streak too, which we need to talk about a little bit. You're on a 5-fight win streak. So after all of that adversity that you went through,
Yes.
and now you're here, and I just found out, which Christy Martin is coming on the show. Christy, I love you. But Christy Martin's coming on the show next weekend. She informed me that you have also signed with Christy Martin now.
I have signed with Christy Martin, and I'm very grateful for it. By far grateful for we call her Mama Christy.
Yeah.
And I've been calling Mama Christy since I've been in camp since 2008, 2009 with Craig for the Florida Golden Glove team.
Yeah.
For the USA tournaments. We were amateurs together. So yeah, definitely.
So like that's Craig said the same thing to me. He's like, Mama Christy. He always thought like he's like they're my parents. Like they're my parents. Like I was like I know them since they trained him in the amateurs as well. So that's kind of cool that now you're signed with Christy. Do you feel a little bit of like an insulation based on like who your promoter is now, and also an insulation meaning like your next couple of fights, you're like, I'm signing with Christy, like so maybe these guys are not gonna fuck me around essentially. Maybe these guys are gonna take me a little more serious, or are you just like, you know what? I'm on a 5-fight win streak. Screw these guys. They have to take me serious because I've won 5 fights.
I'm enjoying knowing that Christy Martin's going to not being a former fighter. She's a current fighter, a current promoter. And she's in a sport of boxing where women don't promote. They don't gravitate to saying, hey, I'm going to get the best from my fighter, and I want him to fight the best. And that is Christy. She said, I want the best money for him. I want him to fight the best places and to fight the best fighters. And she stands up to what she says and who she is. You can see it in the ring for all the times that she's fought.
Oh my
oh my
gosh.
goodness. It's by far, I know what I'm getting when I'm in a relationship in business with Christy. I know what I'm getting. I know I'm getting Christy, the coal miner daughter. And
Yeah.
I know who that is. And I'm trusting in that.
Yeah. And I mean, you got a guy like Craig too. If you're having Craig train you, you know a guy who's honest, God fearing, good people.
And he was trained by one of the best trainers of all time. People can't say I love Christy Martin. I do by far, but she was trained by one of the best trainers of all time. He took a woman to be one of the most feared women in the sport of boxing.
Who are you speaking of?
Jim Martin. I mean, the history of what he did in the sport of boxing with himself, with her, with Craig, the legacy just continued. There's things that happen, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's such a greatness to be a part of.
Yeah.
So who wouldn't want to be a part of it? And I've been a part of it from the time I was in the amateurs. I just happened to knock on the door and be like, "Hey, let's make this happen. Let's continue this." It was a pause in our relationship, but man, let's go. Let's go after it all. Let's have it. We're family. I love it, man. I love it. And there's not a better feeling knowing that I have the greatness. I have greatness around me. I'm training. I'm a part of greatness. I'm part of a legacy that not only do I see, but our children would know and have, and they're being their part in their lives. So, fuck, it's better than Muhammad Ali. Excuse my language. Rest in peace. But it's something that great.
Yeah. Listen, I mean, I don't. That's why boxing. How special is boxing, man? Like, think about that. Any other sport, like I don't know. I come from in a different realm of boxing for sure, but like, I can't imagine my life without boxing.
Yes.
Can you?
No. No, I couldn't imagine my life without it.
Where would you be without boxing?
I can give you the answer because that's all life is for me. It's boxing.
I know. I agree. Like, anybody ever asked me, like, what would you do without boxing? I'm like, I don't know. I've never fucking thought about it. Why would I think about it? Because I'm all in. And that's same thing with this podcast, Weighing In with Travis Harmon. I'm like, I'm all in. I don't know any different than to be all in. And that's it. And that was my boxing career. That's also now my podcast career. I have a gym and I train people. I'm just like, I love boxing, man.
Yes.
I feel like God came down and has been like, God's like, hey, Trav, you have no other choice. I'm making you. You're doing boxing. And if anything boxing related, it's going to be you. And I love it, man.
Yes.
And that's why I love having true boxing people on the podcast and people that have a story to tell. I always tell everybody, they're like, how do you pick who you have on the podcast, Trav? You know how I pick out, have people on the podcast, Curtis? People that are interesting. People that I want to have a conversation with.
Oh, I love
So
it.
when Craig told me about you, and we had a conversation about you, and I was just like, hey, he's got an interesting story, and I want to hear it. And that's why I love, and thank you for coming again. I appreciate you coming to the podcast. You brought your wife, you brought your kid, and I appreciate all of this.
Yes,
and your mother-in-law, I appreciate all of that. And like we have a little bit of audience here at the Stadium Club. I love recording at the Stadium Club inside the Crib Royale. They're awesome, but also you know that the Stadium Club is part of the Crib Royale. But you know what also is part of the Crib Royale is Box Lab Promotions. So they promote boxing matches here for the last 4 or 5 years.
Oh, that's awesome.
They have some amazing heavyweights that fight here too. And I think they're heavyweights that Curtis Harper needs to fight. And there's a Daniel Pedro. There's a Lanier Pedro. I've watched them both fight. And I think they need to fight Curtis Harper. I think that if they want to be tested in a way that Curtis Harper can test people, it's them. And I'm not trying to overstep my boundaries with Christy at all or your promotion company at all, but I'm thinking that there's some opportunities there. Why not? You love to fight. If they can pay the right money, why not?
I do love
What do you
to
think?
fight.
What do you think?
I do love to fight. I do love to fight. And thank you for having me, Travis, because knowing that I do love to fight and fighting any of the top 20. I don't even like giving out names because I just tell you who I want. I want guys in the top 20.
Yep.
You're naming guys that are like, oh, yeah, they can fight. But I want the ones that can really fight, that know they can fight.
Yeah.
You know, the youngest brother recently fought some former cruiserweight, and they end up putting weight on him to make heavyweight, and he got knocked down. Nothing against, but I'm just like,
You're talking about Lanier? Is that what you're talking about? Pedro?
I don't know which one of them.
Yeah,
I saw the
Lanier,
fight.
yeah.
I
I
saw
was
one of the
there.
fights, and I'm like, wow, he's getting punished by a Mexican cruiserweight. Congratulations. You've been exposed to real boxing. People fight, and fighters like the Mexican that fought Pedro wants to fight, and he got in there and went in the ring and gave him everything he had.
Everything and some. That's you.
I think the fight went the wrong way, but that's another story.
You've been on the other end of that too.
Oh, on more than one occasion, yes. But you know, Travis, having the family that I have now and the people around me, there's a few rematches I would fucking just love to just taste.
Yeah.
To give them a piece of something that my heart's always been a part of. And you know, boxing better than anyone else. Those rematches are they what makes boxing.
100%, dude. 100%.
Yeah, fighting all the upcoming fighters, all great. But those people that are those rematches that people get to see and that want to see, that has that story with it, is like, oh, there's something there. What can he do now?
Yeah.
What can he do with what can he do with the family, with the team, with people that actually he trusts and have?
And cares. And
There's no red or blue corner. It's all black.
Yeah. I like it. I like it,
It's
bro.
all black. There's no black and white. It's all black. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. Any and every rematch I ever had, I will fucking love it because I feel it. My heart is the biggest, and I know I'm the strongest and the fastest and the hardest hitting heavyweight there is.
Let's go. All right. Wait. All right. I like that. But listen, I'm gonna give you this. What if, it's a big what if, but what if they come back to you and offer you an amazing amount of money for one, and it's like, hey, let's fight F.A. Ajagbe. What do you say? Listen, let's just say it's the most amount of money you've ever made. Okay? Whatever that is. We don't need to talk about what the number is, but you know the number. Whatever that number is, if they come back and like, hey, Curtis, will you fight this guy? What do you say?
Fuck yeah.
He's like, sign the...
Fuck yeah.
He's like, send me the contract.
Why are we still talking?
I love it.
Send it to me now.
You know what? That's my goal from this is, here's what I want. This is what I want. F.A. Jagbe. I want you to fight Curtis Harper, but also I want you to pay this man the most money he's ever made. And then I want him to go in there and I want him to crack you like nobody's ever cracked you in the face as a heavyweight, but also pay this man.
Okay, yeah. I mean, we talking about effort, but you know, and people don't know this. I signed a fight contract to fight Deontay Wilder in May.
Oh, yeah.
And now he's fighting someone
Let's talk about that.
next week. And I still haven't got paid for him canceling the contract to fight me. I can show you the contract. I have it. Like, wow. Like, I signed a contract. I'm sorry. It's just so overbearing because
You don't have to apologize at all.
Whoa.
Don't even
You
apologize. You have
understand,
no
like,
apologies necessary. You've
I
earned
have
the right.
signed a contract from BLK Prime to fight Deontay Wilder in May. As of March, the fight was canceled. And then next thing you know, in April, he's fighting a guy by the name of Terrell Hernandez that Richard Torres knocked out when I fought Guido as of November. And then they offered me to fight Richard Torres a week later to fight, and I ended up going 8 rounds. Why would it upsets me. Deontay, why fight someone that's been knocked out by Richard Torres? Why not fight the guy that went all 8 rounds with Richard Torres?
Yeah.
It's boxing something. If boxing what he do, boxing what you love. Again, pussies are pussies, and I'm not a pussy, and I'll fight you. I fight in everybody.
So Deontay, listen, I'm looking at the camera right now. Deontay, you had a signed contract with Curtis Harper. Why are you not fighting him?
Why haven't you answered the call? Why haven't you told anyone why you won't do it? Please tell me.
Because you did say you were a sparring partner with Deontay Wilder at one point, right?
Yes.
Before which fights?
Which fights?
Or were you in camp in general?
Camp. I was in camp when he fought. When we fought Bermain Severn because I was a sparring partner for Bermain Severn, and they found me. You spar Bermain Severn? Can you tell us,
Curtis? You've been in the ring with some top heavyweights in the world.
I'm in the corner. I'm sparring Deontay Wilder. They asked me, so what do you think about Bermain? Well, you've been in camp. I was in camp with Bermain for 2.5 years before he won the belt. Like, tell me about Bermain. Does he do this? Does he do this? Can you move like him? I'm like, man, are you serious? Like, what are you worrying about? You said you got a heavyweight champ, Deontay Wilder, next heavyweight champ of the world.
Why
Clearly,
you care?
why you care?
Somebody was insecure about their champ. So what do you? Okay, I love this because I've never had anybody on the podcast that knows Deontay Wilder, and Deontay Wilder's claim to fame essentially is his fights with Tyson Fury. How hard does Deontay hit?
It's not hard. It's just that right hand comes from 8 feet and it's fast.
Yeah.
It's just fast. It's not hard.
So if you don't see it coming, it's going to hurt you, obviously. But that's in general, right?
It's a shocking punch. Like,
yeah,
I got hit. Oh, wow. What was that?
Yeah. Did you ever get dropped in sparring by Deontay Wilder?
Never. I've been hit by the surprising hand, but he's been hit by a surprising left hook to the body that I done threw once or twice. Like, hold back sparring. You know what I mean? It's just that. It's sparring.
Have you ever seen Deontay drop somebody in sparring?
Yes, I have seen that.
Have you ever seen him been dropped in sparring?
No. Make sure that don't happen.
Yeah. They're putting the right people in place, right? Like, you know.
Not only they put the right people in place, but normally when you spar Deontay and they know you're a heavy puncher, there's 2 or 3 people in the ring, not just me and you and there's a referee. There's like 4 people in the ring when you spar Deontay Wilder and they don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You know? And that's sparring. And he was the heavyweight champion of the world. So they wanted to protect that. And I understand that.
Yeah.
You don't win anything in sparring.
It's valid. You don't, it's sparring for a reason. And like, that's why I actually always genuinely disagree and hate it when people post sparring videos. I fucking hate it. I do. Just because I know what it is. Sparring is to get work. Sparring is to get better. Sparring is like you're going to take some extra risk in sparring to get better and do some other stuff. So I get that. I hate it when people post sparring videos though, because I don't want to say I hate it. I don't think it's necessary because I think people do different things in sparring. And that's why I've been with a lot of sparring partners and I've sparred with a lot of people and then also had fights. And I don't think that it's a proper representation of the actual fight.
Absolutely.
Because when you take the headgear off and you take smaller gloves, it's a different story, right?
Yeah, it's a whole different home.
And there's a lot on the line mentally, so it's different. But I'm not saying that it doesn't matter. Sparring matters. If you're working a guy over on a regular basis in sparring, that's a pretty good thing. But when the bright lights shine on you, when all of the media and all of the lead up to all of that stuff happens, it's different, right?
Yeah.
It's just different. It's not the same.
Dropping Deontay Wilder or dropping any guy that you're going to go spar is not going to get you the fight that he's lined up to fight.
Exactly.
So take risks in sparring to what? Man, look, I love boxing. And if I did boxing just for the payment, it wouldn't be by far anything that I continue. I do box because I love it. I need it. It's a part of who I am. So
it's a part of you.
I was sparring him was okay. It wasn't my claim to fame. It was okay. I want better work. I want to fight the best. I got to be in the ring with the best. I got to spar the best.
Yep.
So I only went to camp to spar him, knowing that I was going to get better to hopefully fight the person that he just got finished fighting.
Yeah.
We're on the low end of the totem pole here.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what though? It's listen, you're 19-11, 13 knockouts as a professional boxer, but you've now linked up with Christy Martin. You're now being trained by Craig Duncan. What's the last half of your professional career look like?
I still feel like this is the first half.
I love it. Okay, cool. It is. Then what does your professional career look like? Give me your dream scenario. And to be fair, I've asked the same question to Terrence Crawford 2 years ago. I've asked the exact same question. I was like, what's the rest of your career look like? So I'm asking you the same thing. What does the rest of your career, Curtis Harper, look like as a heavyweight professional boxer?
All I can answer is fighting the best, getting in the ring with the best, and punching them in the face with a smile on my face at the end of the day. This makes me happy. It makes me happy to be in the ring with some of the best. I've been in the ring with guys, I got 5 wins, but the smile on my face is because I know it's just going to continue. And that smile gets bigger. You're going to see more teeth.
Yeah. Listen, I got to throw one last thing at you, though. This guy named Christian Thun, German guy, who was undefeated when you faced him. And I believe in my heart, because I know boxing, I know the business of boxing. Yeah. I believe they brought you in to lose.
Yeah.
Okay? And I feel like you know that, right? They brought you in because they're like, he's a solid opponent. We're going to try to, catapult this guy. German kid, he's a heavyweight. And you beat the guy.
Oh, yeah.
By a majority decision, which in my heart, I know that was probably by unanimous decision, but you know that. But how was that fight, dude? You upset a guy like that. So, actually, you don't even have to necessarily answer that necessary question, but I pose that because you're 19-11, People see that record. They're like, whatever. He's 19-11. Who gives a crap? But you've beat, and you've also been in the ring with some of the best in the world, right?
Yes.
So what's the next half of your professional career look like? And how do you want that? I don't want it, Curtis. I don't want you to tell me that you want to face the best because you've already faced the best.
Yes.
I want to hear how you really feel. Tell me like how you actually genuinely feel. Like, Curtis, your dream, your vision board is like, I want to beat these guys. I want to beat this guy. I want to be champion of the world. I want to be this, that. What does that look like?
That looks like
Give me a feeling. Like, give me this. Give it to me. I know you have it in you. Give it to me. Come on, speak it out.
You're getting me here, Travis. Like,
Let's
I'm excited
go.
because, like,
Come on,
what you
Curtis.
want from me is like crazy.
Come on. Come
The only
on.
answer I have is, I don't have an answer.
Can you
I don't. All I have is, fight me, put me in a ring, make it happen with any and everybody. I want this thing that boxing is for me to be shared with the world. I want people to take this energy that's in me that I'm sharing with you right now, not to just have it, but to live it, to be addicted to it, because that's what boxing is for me. Like, oh man, this is such an amazing feeling knowing that I'm here and talking to you, because you asked me this 6-7 years ago. It's like, well, I still love boxing, but who's going to ask me that question? Nobody asked me the question like, Kurt, what is the next part of your career is going to be? The next part of my career is going to be me punching more people in the fucking face with a smile on my face. Punching more and more people with a smile on my face, because that makes me me.
Yeah.
That is who I am. That is what I love.
Yeah.
That is the part of me that no one can ever fucking take away from me.
I love that. So that's the answer, Curtis. That's the answer. That's the answer. Like, I don't want a certain answer. I just want what you feel. And I feel like I got what you feel. Like, that's what I want. Like, I want the truth. I want you to one day come back on this podcast and be like, Trev, you were fucking right. Like, I got knocked out the heavyweight champion of the world, and I got to be heavyweight champion of the world. Curtis, can you imagine that? Like, there's like, think about this. I tell everybody this all the time. If you can't imagine it, then why do you deserve it? So what I say about that is, I mean, Curtis, not just facing the best, but let's say, why can't you knock out the best? Why can't you be heavyweight champion of the world? Why? I'm a why not guy. I'm like, when people come to me, look at me, Curtis. I'm a little skinny white kid. Like, nobody ever looks at me and says, oh, you were a professional boxer at a high level. Nobody ever looks at me and says that. And I'm cool with it because I don't really care. But I just know the insides of me is like, I always wanted to be the best. Yeah. And I wanted to face the best and beat the best. So for you, Curtis, you're in this position. You're still a current professional boxer. You're a heavyweight professional boxer. You faced some of the best in the world. Okay? Why can't you be a world champion, Curtis? Tell me.
I don't have the answer to the why not. I know I can be.
All right, that's the why. That's the why. That's what I want.
I know I can be. I know I want to. I know the smile on my face, as big as hell, only gets bigger when I punch people in the face and I see them go down. When I see them fucking eyes roll behind their head.
That's what I want.
It just makes me happy to feel that. And it's not even the fist going into the face. It's stepping back, looking at him like, wow, did I do that? Yes, I did. I want to do it again and again and again. Oh, it's legal? Yes. Oh, I get paid for it? Okay. But damn, that belt might look nice around my waist if I get it. A chance to have it. Like, yes. It's oh my God, it's such a roaring feeling in my body to know punching people in the face is okay.
That's exactly what I want.
Because, Travis, as a kid, when you're younger, whatever, whatnot, people get picked on. People got picked on. I was one of those guys that got picked on. So to punch somebody in the face that picked on me made me happy. Like, you got what you deserve because you tried to do it to me. Yay! Like, I loved it. I just love it.
And you get paid to do it.
That's okay.
That's a bonus, right?
That's a bonus.
That's the bonus.
It's bonus if people actually paid me. BLK, PBC. You want to go on that? I can go alone like PBC, Top Rank, BLK Prime. Like, and that's why I know I have someone in my corner like Christy Martin that knows that, guess what? It's time to pay Curtis Harper.
It's time to pay Curtis Harper.
Y'all using him as a soundboard. Y'all using him for what he done in the sport of boxing. I love it. I'm going to promote it if I don't have a penny in my pocket because it's who I am. It's what I do. I love the sport. Everybody's supposed to have it. As I state, and thank you, Craig, for this saying, but boxing is for everyone. But I'm the only one that has it and love it and will share it with a smile on my face and punching people in the fucking face. Yes, I want it. Thank you, Travis. Thank you so much.
Hey, listen, you're welcome, man. And thank the world for. I thank you for your effort. I thank you for your dedication. I thank you for the love of boxing because I love boxing.
Yes.
I've always loved boxing, and I want to have people on the podcast that enjoy the same passion that I enjoy. And I don't just have boxers on the podcast, by the way. I have everybody. I call it weighing in with Travis Hartman. So I weigh in on many different topics, many different sports. But when it comes to boxing, I love it. This is like my, like you.
Yeah.
How you're feeling like, this is me, man. I love this.
And Travis, if we can, I want to get my wife. I want to get Craig. I want to get that family, this energy that comes across me that I share with, that brought it back into my life to come and say, hey, this is who we are. This is what we do. Boxing is for everyone, but it's for all of us. And we're going to continue and love it. So please, can I have them all come over here and share this moment with me?
Get over here. Get over here.
Please.
Can we get in the camera?
Please get over here, Craig.
Hey,
come here, Mr. Duncan.
Unzoom the
Please.
camera.
Vivian Vasquez.
So they're going to come over
Harper,
here.
Rachel, where are you?
Adric, can you unzoom
all you guys
that
come
camera?
over here and please
Let's do
just
it.
share this moment with us.
Yes. You freaking. Hey,
Oh my
unzoom
God.
that camera right there. Just that one. That one's off. Is that one on? Okay, take that one over and get him. Or at least bring it. No, bring it back and get us all. Yeah, let's go. You know what? You know what? We're doing a little ad lib on the podcast, and I love it. I freaking love it. All right, so we got everybody. We got Craig Duncan, who has a podcast. Not podcast. He's got a gym. This is his
TDT
wife.
Boxing.
This
Miss Rachel
is
Duncan.
Curtis's wife.
This is Sandra Harper. And this is my amazing and glorifying daughter, Vivian Vasquez, who's, I realized her singing the national anthem before a fight gets me so energized and knowing that I don't need anything but her voice in my ear with the national anthem. And next thing you know, I'm knocking any and everybody out. It's that amazing.
So every fight you have from now on out, we need to have her singing the national anthem.
Every fight, yes.
I love that. Okay, I love that. Curtis, thank you so much for coming on the podcast, brother.
Thank you.
I appreciate you. And the team is behind you. I love it. God bless. Dude, I love this. This is why I love doing this.